I don't cry when celebrities die, but he, like,
Would you cry if I died?
no.
This interview's over.
We are hanging out backstage at Rocklahoma 2025. This is Rocklahoma Live. My name is Chuck Armstrong, hanging out with Johnny Dare and hanging out with our very special guest, Justin Hawkins of The Darkness. Justin, how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling terrific. Thank you for asking.
Welcome to Rocklahoma.
Thanks.
Well, but you've been here before.
I have. I think I've been in this room before, actually.
Right.
Because there's a row. There's a sort of media row, isn't it? Here.
Right.
Yeah. I've done this walk. I've walked these boards. We were here in 2000. I want to say 12, maybe.
Yeah, I was here. You were playing on the other stage.
Yeah. And
You
Rob Zombie was headlining.
Amazing show. I'd seen you in Kansas City at the Uptown Theater.
Oh yeah.
Way back on Permission to Land.
Oh, okay.
And so I hadn't seen you in a few years, and I'd forgotten.
It had probably been 8 years.
Yeah.
But in the interim.
Yeah, that's right, because you left the band for a moment.
I did, yeah.
And you, but I've forgotten how much I love to watch you guys, how ridiculously entertaining, and you are, without a doubt, the saviors of rock and roll. There's no doubt about that. It's always on the tracks. It's on the tracks, isn't it?
So, the saviors of rock and roll.
Listen,
Yeah, that's fair, I think.
don't you like it?
No, I love that. I think it's really cool. But what about all the other guests that you're going to have today? Are you going to say the same thing to them?
Absolutely not.
Don't you think that Marilyn Manson and Alice Cooper have done their bit to try and?
Well, they're the architects. Well, Alice is.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Well, in a way, he is. But I think, like, in terms of shock, theatrical kind of blood and guts
Alice,
horror.
sure.
No, there was someone before him. Screaming Lord Sutch.
I was going to say Screaming Jay Hawkins, but because remember he'd come out in the big coffin, he'd have the people carry him out.
Okay, but all
But Screaming Lord Sutch, of course.
Screaming Lord Sutch. Yes, I did play him. Yeah.
That's right.
They wanted Russell Brand, but they couldn't afford him. But they should try him. They should do a remake and get him now. It'd be a lot cheaper, I think.
You were great.
I think he's actually, considerably more affordable now, but probably not. Probably not as cheap as me.
It's more affordable now. Listen, I think you did a great job, the Screaming Lord Sutch.
Wow,
What about you? What do you
It's
think?
acting,
Who
darling.
is going to save rock and roll?
Huh?
Who is going to save rock and roll?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I think what do you know when they talk about like rock and that particular type of sort of glam rock that died out and everyone goes, oh, it's because grunge came. It's not. It's because Nitro came and bands like that where they had like they'd taken like the big hair and the fast guitar solos and the high pitched singing to like the
Jim Gillette.
Yeah, Jim Gillette and Michelangelo Battier. Yeah, so they're amazing individuals and like the incredible band, but it was so much that you couldn't take it anywhere else and it had to go. So that was like the final nail in that glam rock movement's coffin, and then so grunge came and it was an opportunist strike for that type of
Well, and I think listen, it's all cyclical, right? Like
well, it is,
the way time is,
but so to answer your question, what's going to save rock and roll is AI, because it's going to kill so much of music that the only thing that's left is the excitement of seeing live musicians who can actually play their instruments and sing the songs. And they haven't got, and a lot of rock bands do have like auto tune and other kinds of sort of pitch correction running in real time side of stage, and you know how to spot those ones because when you try and get up on the side of the stage to watch with your AAA pass, they say no, you can't be there, mate, because you might see something behind the curtain that makes you realise that it's a fraud. So come and see The Darkness side stage. You'll be most welcome, please.
Listen, come see The Darkness anytime. I was telling Chuck,
That's right.
This is his first time to see you. And
I can't wait,
Poor
man.
thing. Oh, you've missed the golden era when we used to sell records and all sorts. Wow. When we were actually an exciting proposition. Gosh.
I can't wait, man. And I'm told I might see you do a handstand and clap with your feet.
Well, I've got some fresh tattoos that are recovering.
All right.
They're still healing, so I don't think I'll be able to do any of that stuff.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing a quite static performance today because we've got a long tour ahead of us.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that all those great kids that have bought the tickets are sated by the performances that they've invested in
But
seeing.
kids, they don't want that kind of excitement anymore, do they? They want to calm, peaceful.
They want to know what they're getting. I think like sometimes rock and roll is a little bit too unpredictable for like their sensitive disposition.
Indeed. They're the safe space they're looking for.
Yeah, and people are so easily offended all the time.
Oh, I love being a fan. Well, that's the other thing that I fell in love with the albums. Like, by the time you guys got to like Pinewood Smile, like I'm Solid Gold. I'm crying in the car because I'm like musically, of course, it's brilliant, and lyrically as it's hitting, and you're taking the shots at A&R guys, and you're taking this, and it's so true and so real. And
well,
so
I think
fun.
that's because when did that come out again?
17?
17. Okay, so that's about. I'd say that's about a good 10 years after people stopped buying records. And then, then it makes you wonder why. What is the purpose of an A&R person? What are they actually there to do? You know, what kind of advice can they offer when, the industry's changed beyond even their recognition? It's like what?
They always seem like they're the guys who borrow your watch to tell you what time it is. Right?
That's good. I like that expression.
It's. But back to you, honestly, with the darkness.
No, I think artist and repertoire can be a really important role. I think, like if we lived in a, if the music was an industry where you actually signed a band that was impressionable enough to be able to guide and advise them and support them when they're making all these sort of choices where you have to be brave in the first part of your career, but they don't do that. They'll only sign a band if they're doing well on social media. And that means they've already A&R'd themselves to a degree, and they're already sort of servicing an audience.
They've done the job.
And there's no risk involved in signing a band like that because they're already popular. And popularity is the only commodity that seems to matter to the corporation-y big record labels. Whereas in the past it used to be, are they making something interesting? Is this an artistic statement that defines our generation? Or is it something that's going to matter in 40 years' time? I put it to you that in 40 years' time, nobody's going to be singing a Harry Styles song. They'll be singing the Aha song that you ripped off to get that song. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. And but when you guys, let's go backwards. Like when the band first broke and the album came out, Chuck and I were talking. You found that you did an IKEA commercial. You did a jingle.
Yeah, like that led to you being able to fund that first record.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of music for adverts and a little bit of television and film, little bits here and there, bit of acting.
But where I was going,
some kind of adult performances that I'm not proud of.
That's not where I was going.
You do what you got to do.
It was to take this chance. This record label took a chance in the height of grunge and divorce rock and everything that was happening out there. You guys were this completely different situation, wildly different, huge live, great lyrics. Total tongue-in-cheek, taking a piss at everything.
Don't know what you mean.
And you were just this great breath of fresh air. And I'm surprised the industry bet on it, honestly. Because
the industry didn't bet on it at all. I wouldn't have to do an IKEA commercial to pay for the first album if we had a record label that was prepared to pay for the first album.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we'd have gone and made a more expensive record, spent a bit more time on it. We would have had a more structured approach. We would be huge in America now because we'd have a campaign that was coordinated across the whole world instead of just like a campaign in the UK where America suddenly went, oh, hang on a minute, this band's going to be huge, let's sign it quick. That's what happened. Like the first 3 singles from that first album we did independently using the IKEA money. And then Atlantic came along and said, oh, we better sign them. Then Atlantic had to make a choice. It's like, okay, do we redo the campaign the same way we did it in the UK? So, you do these smaller attention-grabbing single, slightly bigger, poppier effort, and then the hit, the way we did it? Or do we just jump in on that campaign and go straight to the hit? And they went straight to the hit. And of course, on that first album, I Believe in a Thing Called Love is a hit. Everything else is great on that record, but it's not the same instant and immediate, and it isn't a hit. So that meant that the campaign could only go in one direction, to go back to Harry Styles. And then after that, the second record, I couldn't be bothered to come back. So I was like, well, let's not go back. And then I got really drunk, took all the drugs, and quit.
That's okay.
Cool.
You know what? You had to get it out of your system.
That's it.
So as I sit and listen to you, this is the first time, Justin, we've ever met. And I listen to how well you've thought this through over and over again. And I ran across something, and I didn't know if it was true or not. And it was the ruminatory obsessive compulsion.
Yes, that's me, yeah.
Because I identified, I was like, man, I do that. I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I run the same thing over and over and over, trying to find it, poke holes in it, trying to figure the whole thing out. Yeah. Do you think that is that the secret sauce? Is that the magic?
Yeah,
power,
if you add cocaine to that, then you're golden for the rest of your life.
It always works out
You'll never
perfectly.
sleep again. No need.
Yeah, but it really does, because that's the thing, though, right? But can you let it go now? Do you sit and go, I wish I would have done it this way, this way, and this way?
Oh no, apparently I'm doing much better, so that's good.
No, but it takes special people to write those lyrics, to build those bands. It does.
You're so good at flattering me. I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I'm gonna cry. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you telling me you really do just shit them out?
No, to be honest, on like maybe the first, I think probably the first 3 or 4 records, it was very difficult for me to write lyrics, and a lot of the songs that we used on like 2 or 3 albums ago, they were repurposed from earlier things that we never finished, and it was always because of me. I create the bottleneck. I don't finish it if I'm not sort of feeling it, and I can't. And if I don't have like the lyrical inspiration, then the song just doesn't happen. And I feel bad about that because it has reduced our output, you know. But in recent times, I've found that like on the last couple of records, I'm able to just have a holding lyric when we're writing the stuff, and then I'm able to just do the lyric on the day when I have to record the vocal. So yeah, it is quite instant at the moment. I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm able to just do the poetry part of it on the day, which is really fun. Makes it.
Is it best to wait till the pressure cooks?
Well,
and then you gotta
no,
get it
I
done?
think it's more like it's just that I think it's nice to sing something when it's still fresh, you know, because I think you can overthink those things, and then if you're sort of worried about the bounce and where the consonants land and the cadence of a piece of poetry, you know, it's like we don't write lyrics the same way other bands do, you know. I'm sort of averse. I have a physical reaction to people who rhyme baby with crazy. I can't stand it
because it's not a rhyme.
mainly because they don't rhyme. Yeah, that is the main thing.
Right.
You know, I prefer it. I would even prefer like the Aussie approach, like when you rhyme masses with masses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that's, at least it actually does rhyme because it's the same word twice. And then people make excuses like they go, "Oh, baby and crazy, that's an internal rhyme." What? Because it's got an A in it. That means any fucking word with A in it rhymes with baby. That's bullshit. That doesn't make any sense.
Talk about Ozzy, because that's just fresh in all of our hearts, right? And man, what a loss. I mean, I don't cry when celebrities die, but he like.
Would you cry if I died?
No.
This interview's over.
I might. All right, listen, I don't want to admit it to you because that puts me in a vulnerable spot. But yes, I would cry if you died.
What do you think I am then? I'm sitting here surrounded by you two guys answering all of your personal questions.
But let's talk about.
I'm vulnerable.
Did you cry when Ozzy?
I didn't cry. No.
I did. I really did. I probably cried 4 or 5
So you
times.
do cry?
Yeah. No, I'm a pussy.
There's nothing wrong with crying.
No, not
and
at all.
being vulnerable.
No, you
That's
cry
the
when
most
you-
manly thing you can be. Right? There's ladies over there that'll tell you that.
Fact.
Well, and you've got a great story that I don't think many people know much about, but you and Ozzy playing a corporate gig for ESPN.
Well, we try and keep those things secret, really. I do a lot of corporate stuff. I'm available to sing at most. I mean, it's really just a question of my availability. And there's a number here for my management
that's right.
if you want to reach out at any point. And weddings as well. I'd love to be in a function band, quite honestly.
Right.
I think I would find that really rewarding, yeah.
You,
Because I think if you're providing the soundtrack for, like, I mean, a lot of people think it's not cool to do it, but I just think, like, imagine, like, say you're getting married and it's like your most ethereal day, and then I come and sing to you, and I get to be part of that, and it's just, you know, and it's a really well-paid gig as well, and then nobody needs to know about it, and also making their special day even more special.
Of course, yeah.
You know, I think that's wonderful, and that's what Ozzy and I did for the ESPN Sports channel.
You made their
we
event
made
special.
them. We made their corporate event even more special by being there, and that was what really.
When you can make corporate events special,
Yeah, because
that's-
everybody there was just really loves sports, And Ozzy and I are no different to that, really. We were always just huge sports guys.
Yeah, that always comes through. Yeah,
yeah, and there's a lot of our music's kind of like influenced by the sports.
that's right.
So
Listen, I can't wait for him to see Darkness Night because the live show, and there's no doubt, and this is not me flattering you. You know this. You guys shine. That is one of the greatest live rock and roll shows that tour today. Period. They always have been. From the day, and you know this.
I'm such a contrarian. I really want to do a shitty show now just to prove you
just
wrong.
to be that way. Just to lay.
Because I'm such an
just
asshole.
lay that down.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have a good time. Don't worry, you'll enjoy it.
I'm excited. Justin Hawkins of The Darkness, thank you for hanging, man. We're wrapping things up here backstage
Was this live?
at Rocklahoma 2025.
Completely live, so live.
This is Rocklahoma Live.